What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like I said, I was cut off earlier, but like I said, stay in tune. Right here to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Thanks for all the support. It's very much appreciated. Um, I will definitely be pushing out a lot more content for you guys. Thanks for the support. I feel like you know, I've been letting y'all down, man. I definitely I'm gonna be here much more, and I'm gonna be bringing content to you guys much more often. So stay in tune here. Much love. Shout out to my sis Poetic Kels. Thanks for the support. As always, um, shout out to everybody who supports Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Much love to y'all. Thanks for bearing with me and staying in tune. Shout out to Money Boy Films. Thanks for tuning in, bro. It's very much appreciated. Like I said, stay tuned. The Black History Month series of 2019 is coming. Y'all could go check out the community section on my channel, and y'all could check out the list. Leave y'all feedback. Let me know what y'all think of the list, and y'all can also put up there who would y'all like for me to talk about next year, 2020's Black History Month series. So like I said, I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to Handling Jones. I appreciate you. Um, but tonight is episode 3 of the relationship series. I don't know how many episodes I will be doing for this series, but this is episode 3. Y'all can look forward to, I would say, at least two to three more. At least 2 to 3 more. If you haven't yet, check out episodes 1 and 2 of the relationship series. Go check that out. It's very important. If y'all want to catch up on what we've been talking about here in this relationship series that we got going on here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Episode 1 was dating on your level. Episode 2 was the representative. And tonight we have episode 3, which is going to be tangibles versus the intangibles. See, my whole thing with coming up with these series, the whole theme behind my channel, if you don't know what Sheep Stay Sleep TV is about, it's about healing and rebuilding the relationships of the dynamics of our relationships. Because relationships is what builds families, and families is what builds communities. This is why, if you've listened to me before, I've always said that I feel like there is no black community. Shout out to my brother Malik Omar. Shout out to my brother Gab. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it as always. Like I said, I say that there is no black community because the family structure is destroyed, and that's destroyed because the dynamic of how we relate to one another has been destroyed. And my motto is healing before building. A lot of us here on YouTube, we talk about how can we build things for our people, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we have to also rebuild things on a subtle level in order for us to actually be successful as a group, like we say. We cannot have another Black Wall Street. We can never rule again if we don't restore the dynamics of our relationships, because really that is the whole basis of our issue, is our relationships. Shout out to my brother Gab. Thanks for the support, bro. Shout out to my brother Malik. Thanks for the support. My brother Malik say, keep up the good work, the great work, little brother. You're definitely on target. We have to heal before we build. God bless. I appreciate you, my brother Malik. And once again, shout out to you, Gab. But if y'all want to donate, please, I don't mind the super chat, but I'd appreciate it if y'all hit the Streamlabs link. That's much better for me, because you know, YouTube don't get a cut of that. So the link is in the chat. The Streamlabs link, go ahead and hit the Streamlabs link if y'all want to monetarily support. Is very much appreciated. Peace to Cyan Low. Great to see you. But like I said, tonight, episode 3, we will be talking about tangibles versus intangibles. What is more important to you in a relationship? Ask yourself this. As an individual, what do you find to be more important in a relationship? What are the things that you can't go without? Can you go without tangible things? Can you go without intangible things? Do you want your relationship to be built on tangible things or intangible things? Or or would you like a mixture of both? Because at the end of the day, your relationship is always built on what two people are going to allow. So ask yourself this. Are are you looking for tangible things out of your partner? What do you need from your partner? Is it the tangible things or the intangible things? Then after you answer that question, ask yourself, what do you bring to your partner? Do you bring more of tangibility or intangibility? What do you bring to the table? You know, these, and see, I came up with this because I feel like these things are things that are not talked about, but these are the things that we argue about and break up about the most in our relationships. We either breaking up over tangible things or intangible things. We're either complaining about things that are tangible or things that are intangible. We're saying, well, our partner lacks this, which is something tangible or something intangible. So ask yourself, as an individual, what do you want out of your relationship and what are you bringing? From that standpoint, are you just a guy? Are you just a guy who maintains your woman financially? Are you the guy that is the ATM? Are you the debit card? Are you the credit card in the relationship? Ask yourself this, ladies. Are you just a person who can cook, clean, and have sex right? Or do you bring other things to the relationship? The intangibles. Ask yourself this, because these, like I said, these are the things we complain about. What are the things we complain about? Lack of finance. That is the number one reason for the divorce rate in America. The lack of finances. That's number one. That's tangibles. So the number one reason for the divorce rate is not adultery, like most people think. A lot of people think most people get divorced because nobody wants to be faithful. No. The number one reason for divorce is money, resources. That's the number one reason. That is also the reason the high rate of prenuptial agreements. A lot more people are getting prenups because of finances. So now ask yourself, which person are you? What are some of the things that you have a problem with in your relationship, or you've had a problem with? Out of all your relationships, stop and think about it. Out of all your relationships, what was your number one complaint? What was the number one problem? Was it something tangible, or was it something intangible? Was it because he didn't have enough money, or was it because he couldn't keep his penis in his pants? Is it because she couldn't cook, or was it because she didn't know how to respect you as a man? Ask yourselves that, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks for everybody that's tuning in. And everybody that's tuned in, can y'all please hit the like button? Very much appreciated. Shout out to my brother John Doe. I appreciate you. But ask yourself this. Then, after you answer that question, ask yourself, what did you bring to the relationship, and what are the things that you didn't bring? You see, because I know y'all probably wondering why he's saying for you to answer the question and then ask, you know, the reason why I'm formatting it the way I'm formatting this, because I want us to stop just blaming the other person on why things don't go right in a relationship, because it's not just one person. You have to see what you're actually bringing or not bringing to cause issues for yourself. You know, there's a lot of men at home that pay all the bills, pay for everything. He pays for everything. But his wife or his woman is just, she's just so snobby. She always got an attitude. Never seems like she's happy. But she claims she loves her husband so much, but she always got an attitude with him. Every time they have a discussion, it's always like she has some type of disgust for him. There's a lot of men going through that. They pay for everything, but they're not being respected. They're not even being talked to correctly. You see? So there's something missing on both sides. He's bringing the tangible things, but he's lacking in the intangible area. Just like it sounds like his wife or his girl is lacking in the intangible side also. So, and yes, they do. You're right, Kels. And this is why I'm speaking about tangibles and intangibles, because there's some people out here that will just use you because you provide tangible things, because you can't have one without the other. You cannot just live off of tangibility, and you can't just live off intangibility. You see? You see? So this is why I brought up this conversation, because I hear in the manosphere why a lot of black men are not getting married. And the things that they're saying a lot of black women are lacking in, they're lacking in the intangible area. They don't know how to talk to their man. They have no respect for their man. They don't know how to treat a man. These are the things that I hear going on in the black manosphere when they're speaking about the relationships dealing with black women. They don't know how to let a man lead. These are intangible issues. See, these are issues that cannot be paid for. You can't pay to fix these things. You see? See, we got to understand that the intangible part of a person is things that you're going to get for free in a relationship. Those are the things that cost you nothing. Those are the things nobody have to ever pay for when being with you. But a lot of us who complain about relationships, we only complain about the tangible things. Because for the most part, most of us who are descendants of America, our issue is what? Poverty. So and when we look at poverty, we when most black people hear poverty, we only think of money. Not understanding that poverty is a word that can be defined and put, and plenty of terms could be added to it. So when we speak on poverty, we only talk about financial. But what about emotional? What about being emotionally impoverished? What about that? Some people don't know how to feel. They don't know how to be vulnerable. See, in a relationship, you have to be vulnerable, because the only way you can relate if you're vulnerable. You see? You cannot be a closed book and be relatable. Nobody can relate to that. Shout out to IC. Great to see you, IC. You see? So when we talk about poverty, For most black people, we only thinking about financial poverty, economic poverty, but we're not thinking about the other things that we're starved of in our life. And this is why you have a lot of people in society that have a lot of money, but they treat people horribly. See, you don't treat a person bad because you got money. You treat people bad because that's the type of person you are. You see? Money don't make you a bad person. We have to stop thinking that. Money don't make you a bad person. Having money doesn't make you a bad person. Shout out to Rising Star. I appreciate you. Thanks for always supporting me, Rising Star. You see? Exactly. Some people are so poor, all they have is money. That's the truth. And it's because they lack the intangibles. This is where you get the educated lame from, which is talked about in the manosphere. Also, the educated lame. See, the educated lame is the dude that got his shit together tangibly. He looked good on paper. He got his money right. He got his business together. He probably don't got a bunch of children. His shit is together tangibly, but intangibly is where he's lacking. And this is why they're called educated lames. See? The key to this shit is being balanced. It's not being more than the other. It's about being balanced. That's the key. So the educated lame is lame because he lacks the intangible things like confidence, like sex appeal, like charisma when it comes to women. This is why a woman can use him because he's tangible. I can use him. I can use him. He can help me fund whatever I want to do for my business. This is what this is what's going on. Oh, I'm gonna mess with him because I'm gonna get my business off the ground. He's tangible. But when he voices his opinion and when you look at him when he's talking and you look at him like he's a goddamn weenie, money can't pay for that. You see? Money cannot change you from being a weenie. If you're a weenie, you're a weenie. So there's things that a person will have to work on within themselves. See, you can't pay to change the intangible stuff. You can't do that. You can't pay for that. You can pay to go get help. Look at the movie Hitch. That's what the movie Hitch was about. See, Hitch was a guy who mastered the intangibles. This is why a lot of broke guys could get bad women, women that's making money, women that look good. Because if a guy has mastered the intangibles or is very good at using his intangibles, A woman may not really be focused on what he don't have tangibly. Because see, tangible things is something that could always be accumulated. You see, all you got to do is go out and work. And that don't necessarily mean you going to work for somebody. But it's nothing for you to accumulate tangible things. All you got to do is go out there and move your feet. You'll have tangible things if you're willing to work. But see, the intangible things is where the self work has to come in. He go always be a weenie. Good point, Rising Star. Shout out to John Doe too. Day one. Shout out to my brother John Doe. Exactly. Exactly, John Doe. That's exactly what it is. She's gonna she's going to pick the guy who she sees with authority. And money doesn't mean having money doesn't mean you have authority. Having money does not mean that a woman's going to feel comfortable and safe around you. Shout out to Ebony Knowledge on the check-in. You see? So having tangible things versus having intangible things is something that you need to always consider before and while you're in a relationship. Look at what you offer and look at the person that you're dealing with or you're trying to deal with. Look at what they're offering and weigh it against what you're looking for. At this point in your life, at this point in your life, what do you need from a person if you're going to be in a relationship with them? Do you need tangible things or do you need the intangible things? Do you want a man or do you want a sponsor? Do you want a woman or do you want a fuck buddy? Do you want a man or do you want dick on deck? What is it that you want? And be honest. Because see, if you're not honest, then you're not going to see what you're actually bringing. Howdy, sis. Shout out to Black Beauty. Thanks for checking in, Black Beauty. I mean, it's good to be honest like that, Rising Star. So you need to get you a guy that specializes in tangible things. Don't give up, Ebony. Can't be no quitter in this life. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that, Rising Star. If you need a sponsor, then go find you a man. Go get you an educated lane. It's 2019. Go get you an educated lane. Go get you a guy that got a master's degree or a PhD, and he at least making 6 figures a year. If you want you a sponsor, those the guys you need to go after. The educated lanes. Don't go after a guy who's going to have more of the intangibles than the tangibles. Because then you might end up in a relationship. You might end up in a relationship. Seriously, I'm wife material. I know my worth. No problem. Nothing wrong with that. And you should know your worth. And if you know your worth, then you'll make the right decision. You'll make the right decision. But I'm gonna also tell you this. Being that you're saying your wife material, you must be trying to get married at some point. Now, don't marry an educated lame if you know you don't like lame dudes. So if you're looking for a sponsor right now, don't worry about getting wifed up. No doubt, Rising Star. But if that's what, you know, if you looking for a sponsor, don't look to be in a serious relationship. Don't get your feelings all wrapped up in this guy. Get your hustle on, and let the guy know what you looking for. Let him know you not looking for nothing serious. You looking for somebody you could deal with and you could build with. Make sure you bring this guy a business proposal. Don't just be out here trying to get with no nigga so he could pay your bills and shit. Cause it's 2019. That shit played out. Honestly. And even educated lames, they ain't paying no bills if it ain't nothing in it for them. Not saying you trying to do that, but I'm just putting that out there. That shit is pretty much over with. So if you looking for a sponsor, let dude know what it is. You know, bring him your business proposal. Let him know that you about business. Don't be trying to act like you like him so much and you just trying to finesse a bag out of him. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's why the educated lames are going so crazy in the manosphere and they talking the shit that they talking about women because a lot of women have used and gotten over on them. Exactly. No doubt. No doubt, Rising Star, peace is first. That's a fact. But just let him know, that you only in it for his tangible acumen. Don't lead him on. Don't lead him on. But let's go back. Like I said, when dealing in a relationship, understand what you bring to the relationship and understand what your partner is bringing. Don't don't try to focus on what's more important because they're both equally important because you can't have one without the other. Shout out to my brother Rob on the check-in. Understand that because you may be a person that brings peace to a relationship, but there's never going to be any signs or any times of real peace if y'all are basically broke. If y'all are basically living off of nothing, trust and believe your wife is not going to be at peace, or the man is not going to be at peace. Shout out to my brother Kenneth Nash on the check-in. This is why I say one is not bigger than the other. We need both because we're searching for balance. You see? And this is why I told you, Rising Star, and I'm not picking on you, but you said what you said in the chat. You like to talk to me, so I'm talking to you. Shout out to Ryan Clark. Thanks for the donation, bro. Ryan Clark says, "Peace, King. Just showing some love for the knowledge, my brother. I appreciate you, Ryan Clark." And I'm going to just say this to you, Rising Star. This is why I told you, being that you're looking for a sponsor to get you an educated lane, because there's a lot of, there's a lot of brothers that are not educated lames that got money, but they use their money as a weapon, and they abuse our women because they know that some of our women is with them because of their money. This is why I said go deal with the educated lame and be honest with them. Don't go deal with no don't go deal with no hood dude with no money, because you're not going to get what you're looking for. And like I said, you're going to end up in a relationship and you're going to get your heart broke again. So if you're looking for a sponsor, go to the nice guy, go to the educated lane. But back to what I was saying. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Rising Star, I got you. Definitely, definitely. Chocolate, definitely. An educated old man. Exactly, 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 exactly. Rob, that's that. That's that balance. Right, right. Rising Star. That's that balance. That's that balance. But being that you have that balance, Rising Star, you need to get you a square dude. Get you a square. Don't get a dude that's like cause you looking to build your shit in a certain way. Go get a lane. Go get a square. Go get a square. Opposites attract. Get a square. If you want to save yourself a lot of headaches, get you a square. You want to save yourself the headache? Get you a square. Get you a square. But like I said, they're both equally important. They're both equally important. The intangibles and the tangibles. But I'm going to say this. When crisis arrive in a relationship, what do y'all think matters the most? I want y'all to answer it in the chat. To the people that's watching and listening, when crisis arrive in your relationship, what are what are the things that get you through? The tangible or the intangible things? Would have gotten you through the tough times in your relationships? The intangibles or the tangible things? I want to know. I would like to know from you guys. And then I will share what has gotten me through. I agree, John Doe. I see you put intangible. Salute, brother Rob. It's a fact. Great point, Kels. So I see put intangibles. Brother Rob put intangibles. Rising Star put intangibles. Okay. Also depends on the crisis of financial, tangible, others, emotional, social, etc., intangible. Great. And submit to that square. Let him teach and mold you. Be faithful, respectful, and proud of him always. Great point, reigning woman. Exactly. Exactly. Respect him. Respect what he brings. Exactly. Exactly. Intangibles. Okay. Now, I'm going to say the intangibles, no matter what. I see, I see you put, if it's a financial crisis, it's tangible things that will get you through. I'm going to say the tangible things is going to um financially fix the issue, but I believe when there's a crisis, no matter what always gets me through is the intangibles. Because sometimes you could be in a relationship.
Daddy, the record
Hold on for a second.
council changed it.
Oh, they did?
They changed it.
They changed the Wreck-It Ralph characters?
They changed it.
All right.
They changed it different.
All right. Close the door. Let Dad finish doing his show.
See.
No, Dad is doing his show. I'll come see later. Okay? Thank you. Now, I'm going to say it's always the intangibles because sometimes you can be in a crisis with a person, and when things get rocky, the first thing they do is they panic or they freeze. Those are the two things that they do. They panic or freeze. Now, I think it's natural for anybody to panic, but you don't want to be in a relationship with a person when you get into a financial crisis, they don't move. And that goes into the intangible part of a person that doesn't have the drive, that doesn't have enough care to say, I will get up and I'll shovel shit if I have to make sure the rent is paid, to make sure the light bill is paid, to make sure there's food on the table. If you with a person who's not willing to do certain things to accumulate tangible things, then guess what? The problem is not the money, the problem is the person. You see? So if there is a financial crisis, the intangible things is going to be the things that's going to get you to get the tangible things to pay for it. If you don't have the drive, like I said, number one, if you don't care enough, if you don't have enough care, if you don't have enough concern, see, those things is what's going to drive the intangible part of you that's going to say, not only can I or I will not live in the dark, but I can't let my family live like that. And I'm willing to go out and do anything for that. See, you can't pay for that mentality. You see? You got to be with a person that's willing to go out and accumulate the things that they want too. You can't just be with a person that's willing to pay for everything. This is why a lot of your trust fund kids, this is why they be broke by the time they 30 years old. Because they don't have any work ethic. They don't have any ambition. They don't have any vision. See, those things are the intangibles. See, those are things you can't pay for. See, those are the things, those are the traits that a person will have that if you're with them, no matter how much y'all may struggle, that person is going to make sure that y'all always got what y'all supposed to have. You see? We may not have the finest shit, but we got some shit that we want and we got everything that we need. And see, that is a person who rules in the intangible realm. Those are the people who gonna make $1 out of 15 cents. Who could take scraps and make a meal. See? That's the intangible part of a person. And to me, and to me, if your tangibility overrides your intangibility, then guess what? You off balance. If your intangibility overrides your tangibility, you're off balance. You see? This is why I say one is not greater than the other. It's all about how you perceive both of those things, though, and how you handle both of those things. If you are a person that leans more to the intangible side, bringing things to a relationship, you need to get you a partner that has tangible things. Because that's what's going to create the balance. A person that's more tangibly off needs to be with a person that's intangible, because the intangible person is going to provide that vision for that person with the tangible things. See, just because you got money don't mean that you know how money works. Doesn't mean you know what to do with money. Some people just have good ass jobs. Some people just have good ass careers. That's all a career is to me anyway. A long lasting good ass job. But when you look at most of those people, a lot of those people don't own businesses. A lot of those people are not financially free. And it's not because they're not making enough money. It's because they don't know what to do with their money. Indeed, I see. And that's exactly what I'm speaking to now. They don't know what to do with their money because all they see is money. They don't have any vision. That's an intangible trait. They don't have any vision. So they can't see them not working and letting their money work for them within the next 15 to 20 years. Most of those people are looking at the next 15, 20 years of their life of them being retired and living off their pension. And being able to take vacations. But if they align themselves with a person that has vision, a person that has a plan, it could take their tangible things, could take them a lot further. Shout out to Krista Taylor. Thanks for tuning in, sis. Exactly, my brother Rob. Exactly. Yes. Alignment. Definitely. And that's what and see, when we speak about relationships, we have to understand not only how we align with each other, but how are we relating to ourselves? This is why I said question yourself first. Before you go on a date with a dude, no problem, Krista. I appreciate you checking in and tuning in. Ask yourself, what do you bring to the table? Don't be so quick to say, well, I hope this nigga got some money. Think about that, ladies. How many of y'all, when y'all first meet a dude, does money pop in your mind first? If soon as you evaluate a guy, if finances is the first thing that pop in your mind, then you are looking for a guy that can tangibly support you. You looking for a guy to support you and fund you. And guess what? It's nothing wrong with that because that's what you want. You see? This is why I say question yourself first. Because a lot of us waste a lot of time with getting with people, wasting time, and then ending up upset because we didn't get what we want. When you're actually getting what you want, you just not seeing that you're getting what you want because what you really want, you never said. You never put it out there. See? So this is why I said earlier to question yourself first. What do you want and what do you offer? See, that's another thing a lot of us don't pay attention to either in relationships. And we get all messed up on. We don't stop and think about what we actually offer. What do you offer? Okay, you know what you want, but now what do you offer? And this is why I said if you're leaning more towards the tangible side, your mate should master the intangibles. If you're an intangible person, your mate should have tangible things because that creates the balance. That's what's going to create peace in your relationship. That's what's going to make the relationship work when you guys know what y'all strong in and focus on that and create and build from that. See, a lot of times in relationships, we are in the wrong lanes. Know your role and play your role. Because if we're a team, then that's what it is. If we're a team, everybody has a role on a team. Know your role and play your role. So if you are the person that's the motivator, that's the supporter, be that. Be that. If you're that person that's going to provide financially, you're going to be the nest egg when it comes to resources, then be that. Exactly, Rising Star. For me, no. What you mean, Kels? Andre Toppin, what's going on, bro? Thanks for tuning in. You see? We got to stop trying to be everything in a relationship, too. You cannot be everything. Know what you are, stand on what you are. Excuse me. And be that person to your best of ability. Don't try to be nothing else. Don't pretend to be somebody you're not. Because it's really nothing wrong with being who you are. Because if a person don't accept you and what you bring to the relationship, then there's no reason for being with that person. So sometimes, ladies, when you get with a dude and you wondering why there's just certain things he can't do, because maybe you're the thing that you're looking for him to do or looking for him to be, he's not it. You see? People are not going to be who you want them to be. They're going to be who they are. So stop expecting a person to be something that they're not. So stop wondering why he never considers your feelings. Because maybe he's the type of dude that just doesn't consider women's feelings. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about you're not the first woman feelings he did not consider? You ever thought about that? Men, if she always talking to you like she got an attitude or like she got a problem with you, do you actually think you're the only man she spoke to like that? And you have to let it be known that this is the type of person I don't want to deal with. Don't think they're going to change. Don't say, well, I'ma stay because I think they change. I think they're going to change because I know that they're a good person. Good people do bad shit. Bad people do good shit. So don't think a person's going to change into what you want them to change because it's what's best for you. This is why you have to know what you want and know what you bring and put it out there. Shout out to Smooches on the check in. Exactly, John Doe. They're not. Oh, I appreciate that, Andre. I appreciate it. Oh, okay, Kels. I got you. I got you. Exactly, Smooches. Just because they're a good person doesn't mean they're the right person. Exactly. And that ties into what you're looking for and what you offer. Because the person the guy may be a good guy, but he just don't he just don't have what you're looking for. He's just not offering what you're looking for or what you need at this time. And the same thing for men when it comes to women. Yeah, but being a good person is not enough. You got to show how what makes you a good person too. Being a good person is just not saying it. It's through action. And that's what I that goes back to the intangibles. Indeed, chocolate. Exactly. There's no need. Yeah, if you are just coming in or if you just tuning in, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Please hit that like button. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Rising Star. Shout out to my brother Sutton on the check-in. Exactly. Exactly, bro. It's equilibrium, it's balance. That's true, John Doe. That's true. That's true too. Our wants and needs change. It does. It does. It definitely does. And see, this is why and a lot I got a lot of that in the chat room. A lot of people believe that the intangibles um is more important sometimes because like what you talking about, John Doe, if you're not with a person that has certain intangibles, they wouldn't be able to be with you throughout certain levels in your life. Like you just said, you wanted a Mustang, you got one. Now there's other things you want. See? So what you saying is you've accumulated certain things you've wanted in your life that was material, that were tangible. Now you may be looking for something that you can't pay for. You see? because now you're looking for something to fulfill the other half of you. You may have fulfilled the carnal side of yourself. Now it's time to feed your spiritual side. I'm not saying that you know that that's what you're doing, but you know that's what it sound like to me, bro. Right. What do you need now? And this is why you see a lot of your celebrity relationships. This is why you see a lot of them always in the media, and there's always some issues surrounding them. Because a lot of people, when they have gotten all of the material things they want in life, they they don't know how to be a person anymore. This is why I say it's a balance. This is why I say one partner should be one way and another partner should be another way. It's always good to have a hybrid. If you're a hybrid, that's excellent. But it's always good to have one that leans more to one side than the other, because that will keep the relationship together. Shout out to Charles Willie on the check-in. Thanks for tuning in, sis. I appreciate it. Because think about going from being broke to now your partner is a multi-millionaire and they're a celebrity. You got all the things you want. You got whatever car you want. You got a nice house. You don't have to worry about bills no more, none of that. But what do you hear most of the people complain about when they're dating celebrities? They cannot handle their partner being a celebrity. The problem is not the money. It's the intangible shit. You see? You cannot pay to not be jealous. You cannot pay to not be insecure. See, those are the things that's within a person that has to be checked. So the money is not what keep people together, not even in celebrity relationships. You think money and business is the only thing that's keeping Beyonce with Jay-Z? Do you think money and business is keeping her with Jay? When Beyonce could go be with any billionaire in the world, she could go to Dubai and meet one of those rich sheiks or princes and just live up under them if that's what it was about with her. They stay together because of when you hear what kept us together for 40 years was the little things, those are the intangible things. Those are the intangible things. That's what's keeping families together. That's what's keeping the family together, because money can ultimately break you apart. See, money can't keep you together. Money can ultimately break you up. You see? And we have to understand that. Now, you see in a lot of celebrity relationships, or let's not even say celebrities, but high profile relationships, people that got money. For the most part, a lot of them, they stay together being unhappy, being unfulfilled. They stay together. Why? Because they don't want to break up the resources. But most of the time, a person don't want to divorce a person. Why? Because for the most part, there's always one person that's making more money than the other. So this dude will stay with this woman even though he's not happy with her because he don't want to get a divorce and for her to take half of everything he has. So when you hear that, you know that there's one person who has more tangible things than the other person. Yeah, it's the little things, John Doe, like they always say. That's the intangible things, man. It's the intangible things. I agree with that, brother Rob. You don't fall out of love. You just stop trying. I agree. I agree. But going back to my point, a lot of people with that has more of the tangible things in a relationship, they stay because they don't want to lose the essence of who they are. You see? Because a person that's led and only controlled by tangible things is a person, for one, that's unbalanced, and for two, they really haven't found who they are outside of using what they have to represent who they are. See, a lot of people who have money and who have resources, that's what represents them as a person. They use those things to be who they are. And they use those things to be who they are because they lack the intangibles. They lack the things that you can't pay for. This is why they don't want to relinquish that power. They don't want to relinquish those resources. So they'll stay in a relationship and have kids on the woman, or the woman will stay in a relationship and be having sex with the mailman. This is why you have those things. And like I said, you have hybrids out there. Indeed, um, Sutton, indeed, that's a fact. Being being social is a part of life, bro. And when you have money, that puts you higher. It puts you higher on the hierarchy when you have money. So when you have money, your social status goes up when you have money because you're able to socialize and be in certain crowds around certain people. So of course, a lot of people who have money has are afraid to not have a social life. Because what is the sense of having all that money if you can't go out and show it? Or if you can't be around people that's like you? What is the sense of having it? Having a socializing is part of everyday life. Interaction. So when you have money, you socializing with people who are of higher stature. So if you, let's say you a guy that makes six figures, you a guy that makes six figures a year. So you around low level celebrities. You may be around a CD celebrity. You may be around the guys that's known on YouTube or where they hang out at, or around guys that have big followings, and they run certain little local things. You're gonna be around that type of people. That's true too, Rob. That's true what Chris Rock said. That's the truth. Indeed, John Doe. Indeed. Good point. Sometimes it's about what you walk away with. And the most important thing we all should walk away from, we all should walk away with when leaving from relationships is lessons. We should have learned something. And the thing that you learned about the person you was with should reflect you. You should be able to say and see exactly what the problem was, the person you was dealing with, and you should be able to see how you played into the problem that was created. Stop looking to always blame other people, because at the end of the day, we all have individual experiences, and it's all about your perception. It's all about what you see, what you took from the relationship. And you should always take something from the relationship for yourself. You should always be able to see and say, well, damn, I didn't notice that within myself. Or damn, I noticed that about her, but I'm kind of the same way. Always be able to take something from the relationship, and it should always be a lesson. And you got to see what part you played in it. Trust and believe. And that's exactly the way to be, chocolate. So if you dealing with a guy and you just see him for you just want to deal with him for the night, that's what you're gonna let him know, and that's what he's gonna get. And he has to respect that. Yep. That's a fact, brother Rob. That's exactly what it is. See, a lot of us think that truth is based on facts. Truth is not based on facts. Truth is based on perception. That's why they say perception dictates your reality, and your reality is what's real to you. You see? So yeah, we're living in the world, but we're also all living in our own separate worlds. And that's due to perception and how we view what we're experiencing every day. How we view it and how we digest it and what we do in response to it creates more of what we see and what we experience. See? It creates more of it. This is why I said, and I'm going to say it again, figure out what you want, but also state what you bring. Because a lot of us, I hear a lot of people saying, say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. All right, but what about what you offer? Are you stating what you offer? Not only are you stating it, but are you showing it? Because you could tell a person what you want, but can you meet their expectations? When they run down the list to you and tell you what they want from you, can you live up to it? Exactly, Raw. That's the bottom line. Be honest with your damn self. And that gets rid of the what? Going back to episode 2, the representative. Indeed. Exactly, smooches. This is why your thoughts are powerful. Reality is relative. Yes, it is. Question: why would a man hide himself and what he has going on for real? If he's so called single, is hiding his spouse or cautious about his inner life? Um, okay. I'ma say any person will hide themselves because number one, they're probably embarrassed about who they are, because a person that is not embarrassed about who they are, things they've done, they don't have a problem voicing it. And number two is because they're trying to be selfish in some form of fashion. If he's so-called single, is hiding his spouse. Yeah, I mean, come on. Anybody who will hide their spouse tells you you should know what that person is already about. You know? That's why I had no respect for Phil from the Advise show, because he hid his wife. Any man who hides his wife is ashamed of his wife. And if you ashamed of the person you with, then that means you're ashamed of the decision you've made. So I could never respect a man like that or ever respect a man's word if you purposely hid your woman. Because if you're a public figure, how long with the internet, how long do you think your spouse is going to be hidden? How long you think you can hide your goddamn wife? How long? Martin Luther King and Malcolm X couldn't keep their women in the house. And that was a time where there was no Instagram, there wasn't no Facebooks or none of that shit. The world knew who they wives were. So Phil, what made you hide your wife? Why was you ashamed to show your wife? Because you know you was fooling the people all the goddamn time. So anybody who hides their significant other shows you. That should tell you what type of person you dealing with. You dealing with a fraud. That's true, brother Rob. That's true. Exactly. How you gonna hide your wife? I don't respect nobody like that. Shout out to O Reliable. Thanks for tuning in, O Reliable. Yeah, man. Some people play that kind of game, man, but that should just tell you that, and just to tie it into the conversation, Rising Star, that's a person that lacks integrity. So when a man is doing that, he lacks certain intangibles. And that's a guy you shouldn't want to be with anyway. You know, you shouldn't want to be with no guy like that anyway, because he lacks some. He lacks some of the main things that will even consider a man a man. You know, no doubt, Rising Star. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for always tuning in and being so active in the chat room. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, that happens all the time, Ebony. People say they married, but the person that they claiming they married to ain't claiming them. That happens all the time. Definitely, Kenneth. Definitely. You should have picked a jazzy a YouTube name. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. This is episode 3 of the relationship series here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. This is episode 3, tangibles versus the intangibles. And from what I gathered in the chat, y'all all say I got some intangibles, I got some tangibles, but like I said, it's all about balance. It's all about balance. It's good for us to be hybrids. You know, try to be a little bit of both. If you're a person that leans more on the intangible side, start working on yourself to build yourself up to gain more tangible things. Understand where you lack at and work on it. Because like I said, work is what creates tangible things. As long as you work, you will get material things. But you got to have the will. You have to possess the intangibles to accumulate the tangibles. Cause a lazy nigga ain't gonna never have nothing. No matter how smart he might be, if a nigga lazy, he ain't gonna never have shit. And then you don't want to be with a person who got so much material shit, they just an asshole and they don't know how to treat people. You see? So you see how both has its ups and its downs. So we searching for balance, y'all. And this is why we have to heal before we build. We have to be able to heal those things that plague us as people internally. Tweak those things, fix those things, work on those things. Healing is work. It's a process, it's work. When you're wounded, your wound is not going to heal in one day. If you bust your goddamn head open and you got to go get stitches, don't think the scar going to be gone in a day. They ain't going to be able to take the stitches out in a day. It's a process, y'all. Not being a pompous asshole because you are on a hierarchy socially because you got more resources, and then you wonder why you can't get a girl or you wonder why you can't keep a woman because you're an asshole. And you're going to have to find a person that's willing to put up with it. And after a while, if you want to be with that person, you're gonna begin to understand for yourself that being an asshole is not good for you because it's not gonna help your relationship. You see? So I appreciate all y'all for tuning in tonight. Like I said, please stay patient with me, family. Bear with me with this Black History Month series for 2019. Y'all could go check out the list. It's in the community section on my page. The list is there. Y'all can let me know how y'all feel about the list. Y'all could drop some suggestions on who y'all want to see next year for 2020. But I will be getting this done for sure. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I will be more active on my channel. I'm sorry, family, for being so inconsistent. But DS1 is back. And I ain't going nowhere, family. And we gonna keep heating it up. I'm gonna keep it hot for y'all. We gonna keep it rolling. And I'm gonna keep bringing reality to our people. And I'm gonna keep bringing real life solutions. Things that we can do right now. Things that we can do within ourselves. See, I'm not gonna sit here and have a bunch of solutions for a group of people that an individual hasn't took the step yet to implement for themselves. And this is why y'all are tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Because we allow the sheep to stay asleep. If you have a hear, if you have an ear to hear, that's why I'm here. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in again tonight. Like I said, this is episode 3 of the relationship series, Tangibles versus the Intangibles. Y'all go check out episodes 1 and 2 right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Check out episodes 1 and 2 of the relationship series. Also, if y'all haven't yet, go and check out the Black History Month series. The first 2 I've done, I started in 2017. Y'all go check that out. I got 2017 up and 2018. Y'all go check those out. It's in the playlist section of my channel. It's in the playlist section of my channel. Y'all go check that out. The Black History Month for 2017 and for 2018. Y'all go check that out also. I appreciate all the love and the support. Thanks to everybody who donated tonight and hit that super chat button. I appreciate it. Also, guys, just to let you guys know, anybody who wants to monetarily support this platform, My mods will be in here and they will be sharing the Streamlabs link. Hit the Streamlabs link. Thanks for the super chat, but I would love for y'all to hit the Streamlabs link. I would love for y'all to do that. You know, YouTube is making enough money off of us content creators. If people are gonna support us, you know, we need to be getting the majority of the money. But I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Like I said, I appreciate the donators. If y'all want to hit me up on Cash App, my Cash App name is $ Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Sheep Stay Sleep TV with a $ in front of it on Cash App. The Streamlabs link is in the chat room. Like I said, once again, thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support. This is DS1 Ross of Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I will be back, family. So y'all stay tuned. If y'all haven't yet, smash that like button. Hit the big red button. Make sure you hit the bell for all the post notifications. So when I'm live, y'all could catch me. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. You just tuned in to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Much love, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.